It's good to be with you again today. It is already midweek, and isn't it hard to believe we're into the first week of June? But here we are, and here we are still at home, locked away, most of us, although the world is kind of gradually a little bit more, that's really good English, isn't it? Gradually a little bit more coming back to life, but anyway, for the most part, I know a lot of us are still pretty secluded and still isolated. My hymn this morning is Guide Me, O Thou Great Jehovah. I'm going to read the first stanza to you. Guide me, O Thou Great Jehovah, pilgrim through this barren land. I am weak, but Thou art mighty. Hold me with Thy powerful hand. Bread of heaven, bread of heaven, feed me till I want no more. Beautiful stanza. It's been used for congregations and worship worldwide and across many denominations. It was actually used for two very important televised services over the last 2 decades, which you may not remember. Certainly I did not. The first being the Princess of Wales, Princess Diana's funeral, and the second was the wedding of Prince William and Kate Middleton, and used in both of those services. It was written by a man named William Williams, who lived in 1717 through to 1791, born in Carmarthenshire, Wales, to a John and Dorothy Williams. He apparently grew up in a very influential home. He was independent and later a Calvinist, but he had no aspirations at all to be a minister. In fact, he wanted to be a doctor, and he attended law school or school at the Dissenting Academy of Lilyn and Lillwood, near Tulgar, Wales. It was there that he encountered the preaching of a gentleman named Howell Harris, which led to his conversion experience. And shortly thereafter, he left his plans and his upbringing to be a doctor, to become ordained in the established church. That would be the Anglican Church, the Church of England, they would have called it back then. But in 1744, after being accused of several misdemeanors, and we don't know what those were, may have been that he just stood up against the methods of the Church of England, he devoted himself to Methodism, which was the new and upcoming faith in this time and in this place. And this text was written soon after this in 1745. It is said that he became quite an itinerant minister, traveling up to 10,000 miles by foot or by horse, and was the leading minister of a revolution that began a revival period in Great Britain. He beautifully interweaves imagery from the Old Testament book of Exodus to evoke a sense of God's guidance through strife. And one of the reasons that this hymn has influenced such a broad array of congregants is the universal subject of struggle. Every Christian, and indeed everyone, encounters difficulties. Guide me, O Thou Great Jehovah, affirms the reality that God provides for us and redeems all wrong in the world. This God who provided for the Hebrew people wandering amidst barren lands with bread of heaven is still and ever will be a God of provisional grace. I finish with one of his other stanzas. Open now the crystal fountain, whence the healing stream doth flow. Let the fire and cloudy pillar lead me all my journey through. Strong deliverer, be thou still my strength and shield. And these are just some of the words to this great hymn. We are living in very strange, difficult, tumultuous times. We, here in Canada, can see what is taking place in the United States. This past week has been a tragic loss of one person's life through the authority of the police services down there. And we see too that prejudice is still a factor in our world. And it's a crime. It's a real crime. For God created us to be all equal. And this hymn takes us through our different journeys of life. And we all have different paths to take. But we all need to love each other, care for each other, respect each other, and uphold each other in the name of Jesus Christ. So that's my hymn for today. Listen now just for a few of the bars of the tune so that you can hear this beautiful hymn. And if you want, look it up. Guide me, O thou great Jehovah. Have a good day.